Maria Romano, and I am the president of the class of 2019. Please remain standing and join our class vice president, Julia Hall, in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, would all senior a cappella members come to the front for the singing of the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Members of the school committee, administration, faculty, and staff of Hopedale Junior Senior High School, parents, and friends. As president of the class of 2019, it is my pleasure on behalf of our class to welcome you to the 133rd commencement exercises. As the class president, I'd like you to consider that high school is just one chapter in the novel of our lives. We are each the protagonist of our own story, with our own inner and outer conflicts. We meet new friends who aid us on our adventure and part with old friends as they go on a different path. All of us stumble across obstacles and battle against antagonists to overcome them. These struggles may hinder us for a time, but in the end, they make us stronger. Our stories will be filled with adventure, comedy, and tragedy, and at times, one page may feel like it changes genres. In high school, your book is a romance novel when you attend homecoming and prom, a mystery when you're taking that test you didn't study for, and horror when you see the grade for that test. Now that we have reached the end of this chapter, we laugh at the memories from our years together. We have flashbacks to elementary school where we met our best friend for the first time, and when this friend got us in trouble for braiding each other's hair on the carpet in second grade. We discovered the events that foreshadowed what classes we would excel in and careers we would pursue. Lately, our excited dialogue is filled with laughter over the memories of trading silly bands and Japanese erasers, chatting on the spider at recess, and running to the lunch line for hot fries or ice cream on Tuesdays. We discuss themes of the power of friendship and love, growing up and finding independence, and of course, appearance versus reality in our own high school experience. Many times, we think about how ironic it is that the closest we've ever felt to our friends is right at the end of senior year, when we are all about to go in different directions. For we are all characters passing by in each other's life stories. No matter what this high school chapter wrote for you, this is not the end of your story. Some of you may be afraid to turn the page and see what happens next, while others can't wait to move on to the next chapter. Embrace the plot twists as you switch majors or jobs while finding friends in unexpected places. Dive into your new chapter with energy and confidence in your success. My advice to the class of 2019, as our characters and journeys part, is to not rush through the story because you'll miss all of the important details. Enjoy every moment as it is happening, and when you are finally ready to turn to that last page, don't despair because you've reached the end of this chapter. Be proud of all you've seen and accomplished, and of all the characters whose journeys you have aided along the way. I am confident that the next chapters of Hopedale's Class of 2019 will be action-packed bestsellers. Best wishes to the Class of 2019. It is my pleasure to introduce our class salutatorian, Zachary Tyler.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to address you today. I'd like to thank the faculty, parents, and community leaders of Hopedale for the formative role that they played in the upbringing of this class. Fellow students, this is it. Today marks the end of the journey that we shared with each other at Hopedale. From some of your very first experiences at Bright Beginnings, through elementary at Memorial, and finally culminating with Hopedale High School, today we crossed the finish line in this 12-year marathon we call school, finally moving beyond the footprint of Hopedale. Today marks the day where we will begin to dictate how we spend our lives. Our previously convergent paths, centered upon Hopedale, will begin to gloriously diverge in a million different directions. Apprehension for leaving all that we have known yesterday, as well as curious anticipation for what is to come tomorrow. It was not I was in these shoes myself. I transitioned to Hopedale in 2013 for the second process. I attended Step Up Day. It was a wet, foggy, gray-skied spring morning. I was wearing a neon green North Face raincoat. Then auditorium. Towards the back, I watched unfamiliar faces give speeches in candidacy for class president. Afterwards, as I was leaving the school, two thoughts occurred to me. First, I realized that I didn't know any of them. As much as I had great memories with my friends back at home, these people would become my status quo. Second, I realized that they didn't know me, and I had the opportunity to completely redevelop my identity. As the years went by, I slowly began to feel more integrated into the Hopedale community. I made plenty of new friends in programs like the Spanish Exchange, Advanced Placement American History, and Mock Trial. Even something as simple as the group of friends I sat with at lunch each day made me feel more tightly woven into the Hopedale community. For many of you, especially those who have known each other since day one, today marks the day where you will step into the shoes of that boy with the neon green raincoat. As terrifying as it might seem to walk away from the Hopedale you have known for your entire life, believe me, just like that boy in the neon green raincoat, you will find something even greater in the second act of your life than you did in the first. Class of 2019, today is the day where that adventure begins. Thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce our choral director, Mr. Christopher Chatham, who will lead the class of 2019 in the singing of our class song, My Wish. It is my pleasure to introduce our valedictorian, Julia Hall.
Life is nothing but a series of moments. I begin this speech by quoting Mrs. Griffin's words of wisdom the morning of the junior-senior prom, as she urged my classmates and me to step back and enjoy the present right before us. Although spoken in the context of being agreeable towards our parents, wanting to take a million photos, and not having a meltdown when our hair doesn't come out exactly as anticipated, hearing these words truly resonated with me. I believe that many times we view life as a continuum, a span of ceaseless time, never a pause from the second we are born until we take our last breath. We must remember that moments are the units of life, each one a grain of sand falling through the hourglass as the present becomes a memory. To attest to Mrs. Griffin's claim, moments that are built up with much anticipation are over within an instant, becoming nostalgic recollections of what was, rather than excited hopes of what is to come. In a fleeting instant, the moment becomes a memory, permanently imprinted in the past. And thus, in this universal progression of time, our control lies in the present. It is all we can do to seize it and squeeze every last bit of life out of it before it passes by. The last 4 years compose what we define to be our high school experience, a compilation of moments that began at 7:40 a.m. on the first day of freshman year and never stopped until now. Every instant was a progression as we challenged our thinking, explored our passions, and discovered our identities. Moment after moment led us to find our place and our people here in Hopedale, and it is through these experiences that we have come to define ourselves. So here we are now at the final point in our high school career. 4 years worth of moments have shaped the people sitting in these chairs today. And for one last time, we are present here together before our grains of sand begin to fall in different directions. Here is where the present ends and that future we've all been preparing for begins. What makes this moment truly remarkable is the bridge it serves between what we have always known and what remains yet unknown. Moments will endlessly come and go, and although it's not always clear where one ends and another begins, the point isn't to define our moments in a checklist, but simply to recognize that each is unique and never will be again. With this understanding, it is easier to not take our moments for granted and to appreciate all those that have come and gone. Even now, as I stand here speaking to you, this moment is slowly becoming a memory. So I challenge you, the class of 2019, to be in the moment. Don't let this or any of the times that are yet to come pass you by. When all is said and done, our moments will be compiled, a heap of sand at the bottom of the hourglass. But they will no longer be moments, they will be memories that form a continuous, complete, comprehensive life. And I hope all of you will be able to say it was the one you wanted. Thank you.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce our superintendent, Mrs. Karen Krebes, for her commencement address.
Welcome to all of our honored guests, our school committee, our selectmen, our administration, staff, but most importantly, good afternoon and welcome to the graduation of Hopedale High School class of 2019 and all of our families and students who are with us today. I would like to thank each of you sitting in the audience for attending our ceremony. Be assured that each of you has played a critical role in the life of at least one of our graduating seniors today. So today is a day to celebrate all of your shared success and our graduates' accomplishments. Congratulations to everyone who has joined us here today to honor and celebrate these graduates. I would also like to extend, on behalf of the school district, our sincere thanks to the Community House. Throughout the year, we collaborate with them regularly, and today, our graduation ceremony is made special because of the venue we have here today. So we are at a unique point in our history. Although we have seen major societal shifts throughout time, we have never seen our society changing at such a rapid pace. And so being an educator and being a parent presents unusual challenges that have never been faced by past generations. As an educator and as a parent of high school students, I grapple with questions daily. So fortunately, in sorting through these difficult issues, there's a silver lining. And the silver lining is sitting right here before us today. These graduates before us represent everything that we as educators and you as parents should be doing to prepare them for our future. These graduates absolutely have content knowledge. They have devoted themselves to studying literature, math, social studies, and our teachers have done an exceptional job imparting this knowledge. So today I want to highlight the skills and talents that cross all content boundaries and make me feel assured that our students will be prepared for the future. Our graduates today will leave for college, the military, and careers with skills that the business community consider critical for success. Kindness, collaboration and teamwork, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and diversity, which is one of the major ways our class identifies itself. First and foremost, our graduates are kind. Kindness, understanding, and empathy go a long way in life, and always remember that. Our students not only devote themselves to community service, but enjoy doing it. I have witnessed smiles on the faces of senior citizens as they attend computer workshops run by our students, and listen to students singing during the holidays at Atria Place. Student volunteers at our bowling unified sports event got as much out of the event as they gave to it. And the continuous and ongoing efforts of students to raise money or hold events such as Stuff a Bus, helping others is a credit to their focus on kindness. These graduates have regularly demonstrated collaboration and teamwork. This year, I saw our DECA students work together to qualify 14 students for the global competition in Orlando. I observed our careers and construction students plan and build a simulation apartment to be used in our life skills class. I watched our junior, high school students work together to plan math lessons and financial literacy lessons to be presented to our elementary students. And of course, our athletes continue to impress us with their devotion to teamwork, developing camaraderie that is unrivaled. Our graduates have demonstrated their creativity and imagination through the arts. Stunning performances were given in Arsenic and Old Lace and Mary Poppins. Many of you joined us to watch our talented music students perform after attending the Unified Arts Night, which displayed our students' talents in visual arts and design. Participation in internships and capstone projects have required students to build career readiness through daily problem solving and real-life applications. Creativity, in conjunction with the development of critical thinking skills and problem solving, will serve all of you well. And finally, our graduates have regularly displayed their acceptance of all people, breaking down barriers that may have existed decades ago. Our older students have mentored and watched out for our youngers. These students honored and embraced diversity and focused on celebrating it and accepting people for who they are. Acceptance and celebration of one another was very clear to me as I watched the senior talent show last week. As students approached the stage to do comedy, singing, acting, or rapping, their classmates cheered them on good-naturedly, and appeared that everyone felt comfortable taking risks that afternoon. As many of us witnessed at class night, the class of 2019 honored their diversity by entitling their yearbook, "We All Take Different Paths." And I quote from the first page of their yearbook, "We will always cherish the memories and celebrate our differences, regardless of whatever path we choose to travel. We all have our own diverse backgrounds and an abundance of unique personalities." I couldn't have stated this better myself. And so today, I end by saying to family members and educators, although society may be changing faster than we would like, these graduates sitting before you are meeting the challenges head on and are going to meet with great success. You have done your job, and you have done it very well. Every day I have witnessed their kindness, their willingness to give their time to others, their commitment, and their acceptance of everyone. Graduates, I encourage you to develop, grow, and embrace these skills and attributes. It's what makes you special, and a special class you are. Focus on the things that matter in life and enjoy the journey. Congratulations, families, and congratulations to the Hopedale High School class of 2019. As I call Mr. Atherton and Mrs. Rodolfi up to the podium, I would like to extend a sincere thanks to all of the behind-the-scenes efforts that goes into making Senior Week such a great success, and to the graduation ceremonies. For those of you who don't know, Pat and Carlene are back in the office working countless hours. Tom's organizing all of our custodial staff. Mrs. Griffin and Mrs. Connors have been up sleepless nights getting ready for everything. Our administration, teaching staff, and all of the parents that have committed time to all of these events. Thank you very, very much. Mr. Atherton.
Excellent. Thank you, Mrs. Krevis. And I also want to thank all the individuals that Mrs. Krevis just mentioned. Such a great team effort goes into all today's activities, and we really appreciate all the hard work that everybody puts into. So thank you, everyone. Okay, let's have some fun here. We're going to hand out some scholarships. The following 25 scholarships to be presented are from the Hopedale High School Alumni Association, which has awarded scholarships to our graduates for 85 years. This year's scholarships total more than $81,000, including $30,000 to the members of the class of 2018 who are now in college. We are deeply grateful to the Alumni Association for their exceptional support of our graduates and to all the support they give to the public schools. Presenting the scholarships is Karen Rose Mazzarelli, Vice President of the Alumni Association. Karen? The Philip Roberts Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $400 to a student who has enhanced the school with their musical ability is presented to Amy James Quintana. The Albert C. Sales Scholarship in the amount of $400 to a student with an interest in mathematics and who has showed leadership on and off the athletic field is presented to Isabel Doran. Henry L. Sear Scholarship for Patriotism and Service to their school, community, and to our nation in the amount of $500 is presented to John Heavey. The Shoger Markarian Scholarship in the amount of $500 to 2 students who have been active in band or chorus and who will attend a college of music or minor in music are presented to Isabella Bacci, and Amy James Quintana. The class of 1969 scholarship in the amount of $600 for academic character and service is presented to Jenna Riley. The class of 1968 scholarship in the amount of $625 for academic leadership and personal achievement is presented to Christopher Ashby. At this time, we would ask Shannon and Colin Keeney to come to the podium to present the Patrick Keeney Memorial Scholarship. Okay. The Patrick Keeney Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is presented to a student with financial need whose skills as an artist has enhanced their school and community is presented to Jenna Rose Osterman. The James S. Midgley and Elizabeth K. Midgley Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 presented to a student who demonstrates leadership qualities, initiative, and accomplishment in the arts and sciences is presented to Caroline Merton. The Regina Starr Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to a student who plans to pursue a career in education and is involved in community service and extracurricular activities related to helping others is presented to Caroline Elaine. The Alumni Association scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each for academic achievement, leadership, and service are presented to the following 5 students. Matthew Costanza, Isabel Doran, Caitlin Giambetti, Olivia Romano, and Gabriel Tarando. The Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 for academic character and service is presented to Julia Lelio. The Alumni Lucy Day Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 for academics, leadership, and service is presented to Alex Reed. The Glendon and Dorothy Horn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 for academic excellence, leadership, and service is presented to two students. Michaela Evans. And Jackson Tamouche. And finally, the Alumni Association is pleased to present the Glendon and Dorothy Horn Memorial Scholarship for academic excellence, leadership, and significant personal achievement in the amount of $5,000 each to the following 6 students. Matthew Crapo. Ashley Fafford. Julia Hall. Lucia Rollo. Robert Seafring. And Zachary Tower. Congratulations, and this concludes the presentation of Hopedale High School Alumni Association Scholarship. Thank you, Mrs. Mazzarelli, and thank you to the Hopedale Alumni Association. At this time, it's my pleasure to invite Superintendent Karen Krevis to the podium for the presentation of scholarships and awards. The Hopedale Education Association, given in honor of teachers who will be retiring this year, 5 at $300 each. James Casey. Michaela Evans. Lucia Rollo. Robert Seafring. And Rachel Swanson. The Robert F. Pagnini Memorial Scholarship, $1,000, awarded to a student who has demonstrated a sincere concern for others while exhibiting positive leadership in school. Lauren Keenan. The Hopedale Educational Endowment Trust, 2 at $500 each. The Hopedale Educational Endowment Trust was established for the exclusive purpose of educational pursuits for those students who are interested in being in the field of public service, civic activities, or psychology. Christopher Brunt. and Kathleen Maloney. The Dennis J. Breen Memorial Scholarship, won at $1,000, given in memory of Superintendent Dennis Breen of Hopedale Public Schools to that graduating senior who exemplifies the Hopedale Blue Raider core values and who intends to pursue a degree in education. Michaela Evans. The Janet E. DeLuca Memorial Scholarship, 2 at $1,500 each. The Janet E. DeLuca Memorial Scholarship is given in loving memory of Mrs. DeLuca, who was born and raised in Hopedale and was a dedicated teacher to our public schools for 37 years. She was passionate about learning and devoted to her students. This scholarship recognizes her best qualities of determination, leadership, and concern for others, and a lifelong love of learning. Caroline Allain. And Lucia Rollo. The Hopedale Foundation, 4 at $2,500 each. Jenna Riley. Olivia Romano. Jackson Tamouche. And Gabriel Tarano. The Hopedale Foundation, 2 scholarships at $5,000 each, presented to the graduating senior who are residents of Hopedale who demonstrate an earnest desire for knowledge and learning, plans to further their education, shows respect for teachers and peers, and demonstrates a commitment to public service through volunteerism. Lucas Bache. And Benjamin Manoli. At this time, I would like to call Robert Gannett and Eben Gannett to the podium for the presentation of the William and Nancy Gannett Scholarship. The William B. and Nancy F. Gannett Scholarship, 2 at $5,000 each, given in memory of Mr. and Mrs. Gannett, who were greatly respected for their numerous contributions to the Hopedale community over the decades and for their time as elected officials, Bill as a selectman and Nancy as a school committee member. Joseph Soares. And Michaela Wooding. Thank you. Thank you to the Gannett family. Thank you very much. On behalf of the class of 2019, I want to thank the Hopedale Alumni Association, the Hopedale Foundation, the Hopedale Educational Endowment Trust, and all of the organizations and individuals that have allowed us to present scholarships to the class of 2019. I now invite our senior class advisors, Heather Griffin and Kate Connors, and school committee chairwoman Lisa Alberto to the podium for the presentation of diplomas.
Olivia Grace Romano. Julia Elizabeth Hall. Matthew Anthony Costanza. Matthew Nabi Crabo. Isabella Rachel Bocci. Krista Ann Keene. Hannah Lucille Speroni. McKay Pearl Calabrese. Anthony Quentin Ephraim DeBoer.
Benjamin Hall Tomorrow. Sarah Jean Boucher. Zachary Mark Tower. Rachel Catherine Swanson. Lucia Marie Rollo. Taylor Lauren Goldstein. Megan Riley Holt. Gianna Rose Pedroli. Kathleen Marie Maloney. Carly Elizabeth Gatewood. Julia Grace Lelio. Madison Rose Hodges. Cameron Robert Hodges. Christofani Charles.
Elizabeth Grace Hannigan. Jenna Mingjae Riley. Isabel Rose Doran. Michaela Jean Evans. Joseph William Soares. Caroline Marie Elaine. Amy Leticia James Quintana. Jackson James Powell. Anthony Vincent Mayo. Happy birthday to Hannah Elizabeth DiVittorio. Melanie Elizabeth Farina. Kaylee Justice LaRue. Rachel Elizabeth Rizzo. Lauren Anna Keenan. Alexa Franklin Briggs.
At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Specialist Alexis Osterman, who is serving in the United States Army, stationed in South Korea. She will be presenting a diploma to her sister. Specialist Osterman is a graduate of the Hopedale class of 2017. Jenna Rose Dorothy Osterman. Here, Jenna, come back and take a picture, honey. Specialist Osterman, thank you. Hello? Oh, we're back in. Caitlin Rose Giambetti. Start fresh. Valerie Rose Tapanainen. Caleb Michael Merchant. Ty Wynn St. Germain. Dylan James Borelli. Hallie Rose Malia. Ashley Jean Fafford. Christopher James Ashby. Lucas Joseph Beisch. Salvatore Reed Pino. Christopher Daniel Brunt. Jack Anthony Bisaglia. Benjamin Peter Manoli. Antonio Francis Bailey. Gabriel Richard Tarando. John James Heavey.
Robert Jeffrey Seafring. Wes James Rodrigues. Nathaniel Wesley Ayers Moores. Alex Joseph Pitsley. Amy Grace Figgins. Caroline Whitney Merton. Michaela Ann Wooding. Thomas Christopher Swanson. Alex Barbosa Reed. Jackson Julian Tamouche. Alec Spencer Martins. Griffin William Nosek. Brandon Christopher DeMora. Matthew Stephen Lombardi. Luke Vincent Gould. James Francis Casey IV. Devlin John Summers. Tyler James Hammis. Matthew Timothy King.
At this time, I would like to welcome Matthew Crapo, Class Treasurer, and Matthew Costanza, Class Secretary, to lead the class in the turning of the tassels.